everybody, and welcome back to another video. It's your boy, Power Hunter Chris, coming at you with another video. Anyways, guys, today's video, I'm gonna keep it so short. We're gonna keep it just like my girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, today's video is about the top 10 One Piece KOs. And so today, we will be giving you, or I'll be giving you the top 10 knockouts in One Piece. From this list, we will be looking at moments where both the heroes, right, and the villains of the series delivered decisive knockouts, or knockouts that were just like, oh, like you made you like just like quench, right? Like it brought out some emotion in you. So yeah, so that's what we'll do today. Is we're just going to talk about crazy knockouts in the One Piece series, the top 10 knockouts in the One Piece series. If you guys enjoy this video, please subscribe, like the channel, leave a comment as to what you think the top 10 knockouts are, and let's get to it. So starting at number 10, we got Luffy knocks out Cracker. Obviously, Cracker was one of the Big Mom pirates, Sui commanders, right? She did have four. Uraj defeated one of them. Luffy ended up defeating two. But yeah, so Cracker was a sweet commander of Big Mom, right? And in order to, Luffy, in order to save Sanji, he eventually encountered Cracker. And basically, Luffy eats all these crackers that Cracker produces, and he becomes like super swole, super big. And basically, he uses that size to his advantage, and he basically uses the size, and he powers it up with Haki, and basically he becomes like Super Bound Man, also known as Tank Man. And yeah, like he basically what happened was Luffy ended up using Cracker's own devil fruit against him, so he ended up sucking Cracker in. He expelled from his stomach, and he crashed in all his hard crackers, and then he went flying the whole cake. So, Luffy was not playing around that arc, man. He came to get Sanji back, and that's what he was going to do. And that's our number 10 KO, Luffy vs. Cracker. And number 9, we got Zoro knocks out Mr. One. Now we know in this fight, this was the epic fight of the century. Alabasta was on the line. The country was about to get overtaken by Cracker. And here we have Zoro taking on the deadly assassin, Mr. One. And it's like, oh, like this guy's able to turn to steel. Zoro hasn't figured out how to cut steel yet. And it looks like Zoro's about to take the huge L. And in the middle of the fight, he just transcends himself. He's able to transcend himself, and he's able to figure out a way to cut steel. And he figures out that it's like, in the middle of the fight, he's like, well, this sword can cut nothing, and it can cut everything. And he transcended himself in that fight in order to, have a chance against Mr. One. And basically, Mr. One, as I said earlier, he has the devil fruit power that allows him to turn into steel, and he was just giving Zoro the work. But Zoro figured out how to cut steel in the middle of the, not in the middle, but at the end of the fight, and was able to transcend himself in order to give him the ability and the opportunity to beat number one and to cut through him. Anyways, at number 8, we have Usopp knocking out Sugar. Um, Usopp is a funny character. I love Usopp. His methods are really unusual. You will find that his fights in the series, it's never a straight up just fist fight. It's always some weird, meticulous way for him to win the battle, which, I love it, man. Like, if Usopp wouldn't be Usopp if he wasn't using creative and unique ways to knock out his opponents. So, Sugar, definitely one of the members of the Doflamingo family. She was the one turning people into toys, and everyone would lose their memories and all that stuff. So if you guys remember, she was about to give Usopp the little, I forgot, I want to say, I don't remember what the exact fruit is, spicy grape, or grape or whatever, and he eats the grape, and, basically, it was the spicy one, and then he, like, basically his mouth erupts on fire and ends up scaring Sugar, and it just turns into a whole fiasco. And then Doflamingo and wanted to get Usopp's head because of the whole fiasco. So it just turned into a giant mess for Usopp. But I thought that was one of the craziest and funniest knockouts that he delivered in the series, with him being able to knock out Sugar like that. So number 7, we will have. I will put Usopp, knocking out the ghost girl. I forgot her name. We're gonna put that at number 7. The reason why I put that is because just the fact that I, I really love Usopp's knockouts. It's so funny because he does just super unique and conventional ways to knock out his component and his opponent. And Usopp isn't a good person. We all know that. We all still love Usopp for it. But just the fact that he had to go up against a woman that was so negative, right? Really, gave him a challenge. And the fact that he was able to knock out the opponent without actually like doing damage to him, I think, is one of the craziest things, in my opinion. I think that's really crazy. Anyways, so at number 6 we have Luffy knocking out Doflamingo. Yeah. So the anime didn't do this fight justice. I feel like the manga did the knockout better, but in the manga, as we know, Luffy and Doflamingo, Luffy didn't struggle so much in delivering the final knockout to save Dressrosa. It was more of just like, here, have this punch, and then it broke through the webs, and and Doflamingo got knocked out. But as opposed to the anime, it took a lot longer for it took like 5 minutes for Luffy to deliver the final punch, and I'm like, it just killed the hype of Gear Fourth, in my opinion. I don't think they should have did that. I definitely think that they should have just had him just straight up show straight up KO Doflamingo, because in the manga you see the discrepancy in their strengths between Luffy's Gear Fourth and Doflamingo. So when they showed him struggling to deliver that final blow in the anime, I feel like it like made Gear Fourth not seem as strong. But yeah, anyways, that will be our number 6. At number 5 I have Sanji versus we'll do Sanji versus CP9, right? I forgot his name, the wolf guy. But the reason why I like this KO, right, is because the dude knew like Sanji's kicks were not to be messed with, right? And Sanji knew that he was gonna avoid his kicks at all costs. So in order for Sanji to deliver the final blow, the final Diablo Jambe, he deliberately gets penetrated, gets some nails in his body by the CP9 guy. I forgot his name. But yeah, so his nails enter his body, and he deliberately takes the damage, so that way he's able to deliver the final Diablo Jambe, right? And make it so he's able to, KO the dude and send him flying and knock him out. At number 4, we will have Zoro versus Kaku. Um, in this fight, this is the first time we see Zoro. Well, it's not the first time we see Zoro push the limit, but it is the first time we see Zoro use Astra, right? And we haven't seen him use it ever since in the series. No, no, just kidding. He used it one more time in the series, but other than that, he hasn't really used it that that often. So, but I think this was the last time in the time skip. This is like the second to last time in the time skip that Zoro. No, let's just say this is one of the times in the time skip that he was actually pushed to the absolute brink, and that he had to show Kaku who was boss, because it was like kind of like do or die at that moment. It's like, well, if I don't make it here, then Kaku will just reunite with Luffy, and it's just gonna be a huge mess, and yeah, it's just gonna be ugly for everyone. So Zoro, pulls out the Asura, and he's and then the dude Kaku was like, "Whoa, does he have like 9 swords, 3 hands, like 3 heads, 6 arms? Like, what's going on here?" And he thought he was like he thought he was having illusions, and like imagining that, but it was actually Zoro, using that move. And I still don't understand how the whole Asura move works, but that's just the way that was in terms of that. So Zoro decided, to use Asura to knock out Kaku. And I thought that was pretty dope. At number 3, we have Luffy versus Luffy in terms of knockout. So this was the final desperation knockout. When all hope was on the line, and it looks like Luffy was done for. Uh, yeah, it looked like Luffy was done for. Usopp and was calling up to Luffy and telling him to get up, Captain. Like, we need you, Captain. We need you, Captain. And it looked like it was all over for the rest of them. You know, and Luffy's walking away from Luffy, and then Luffy's like, I'm gonna take you down no matter what. And then what happens, and at the end is he starts using the jet galleon, and he just starts KOing, just and sending Luffy flying into the wall. And in the last punch he delivers to Luffy, sends him flying through the wall and KOs him. So, yeah, there you have it. Coming in at number 2, right? Coming in at number 2, I will put Luffy and Katakuri, right? No, actually, we're gonna have number twos. We're gonna have a tie for number 2, right? So the first one I want to say is Luffy and Katakuri. They're duking it out. So they're at the point where it's neck and neck, and it looks like nobody's gonna have the upper hand, and then what ends up happening is Luffy ends up emerging victorious. Both him and Katakuri end the fight with mutual signs of respect for each other. But during that fight, it looked like the final knockout that Luffy. It looked like as if Katakuri won the fight because Luffy was still down for the count, and then Katakuri falls over, and then Luffy gets up. So Luffy's declared victorious. I honestly think if Katakuri really wanted to, that he could have got up and probably ended Luffy there. But he definitely gained respect for Luffy as the fight went on. I'm pretty sure he also lost the will to fight as he went on. He's like, well, I didn't think that this boy in front of me had the potential to even go head to head with me. So just the more time as the fight went on, there's the less he was willing to actually fight him, and so therefore um, he took the dust, he took the L. But yeah, I would definitely rank that up there. It's top KOs. Coming in at also number 2, I will have Luffy punching the Celestial Dragon. Touching the Celestial Dragons back then was considered like an act of war, and Luffy didn't care. He just said, "Fuck it." I'm tired of Celestial Dragons just doing whatever they want. I don't even think he knew what it is he was getting himself into when he punched the Celestial Dragon. But it was just crazy. Like, he punched the Celestial Dragon so hard that in the anime, that the panel changed scenes. It went from anime to manga because he punched him so hard. So yeah, just coming in, that would come in for me at number 2, is just Luffy punches Celestial Dragon, and just knowing the consequences that were yet to follow, and this whole allowed him to go to. So coming in at number 1, I will put Luffy versus Kaido, and I don't think we've ever seen a knockout so brutal and so devastating before in this anime. And it was just ugly to see, Luffy giving him everything he's got, gear 4th, gear 3rd, and Kaido just taking the hits, and he was just bored with what was happening. And he was like, well, I expected more from you. I thought you were actually going to deal some damage to me. This is disappointing. And then he just gets his club, and he just whacks the living crap out of Luffy, and he just goes flying. And I was like, wow, I've never seen him, this badly defeated, ever in the series. Because obviously, everyone, I mean, I would hope everyone's thinking he doesn't have the chance to go toe to toe with a Yonko yet. But just the fact that he got defeated like that really shows that the spread in their strengths. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think of my picks. Check out the other videos of other One Piece and other anime related content. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you get the latest videos. Leave a comment as to what you guys thought of the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Alright, take care.